Hello everyone, my name is Ikamera Farhana. Right now, I'm going to talk about topic 1, simple interest. Okay, for the answer from the question 1 is, the difference between exact interest and ordinary interest is come from how many days we assume are in a year when calculating the interest. For the exact interest, we use the actual number of days in a year, which is 365 days or 366 days for a leap year. For the ordinary interest, we use the 360 days. For the second question, the answer is ordinary interest usually yields a higher interest amount for the lender. This is because the number of days in a year for ordinary interest is smaller than the number of days in a year for exact interest, resulting interest value for ordinary interest is slightly higher than interest value for exact interest. The answer for the question 2, the first step is we need to list the month that involved, which is January, February and March. After that, we need to list the day in each month. For the month of January, the calculation is 31 days minus 10 days, which give us 21 days, which is the duration of January. For February, we need to add 1 day because 2024 is a leap year, making it 21 days for February. Then for March, just take it from the question, which is 13 days. Finally, we need to add all these days together so we can get the exact number of days for this investment, which is 18 days. The answer for question 3 is the first step is we need to write down all the given information from the question, which is principal RM 5000, interest RM 150. For the time, because the question give it in a month, we need to change it in years. So 6 divided by 12, we got 0.5 years. So that is time. Step 2 is we need to determine the formula. Because the question wants us to find the simple interest rate charged per annum, we need to use the formula, which is R equal to I divided P and T. Step 3, the calculation is we just need to put all the information in the formula. So the answer is we get the 0.09, but the final answer is we need to change it into percentage. So the answer for interest rate charged per annum is 6% per annum.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Kashrina Balkis binti Muhammad Zamzam. My metric number is 085352. I will explain for topic 2, compound interest in chapter 2. For question number 1, first we need to identify what's given in the question. The given PV equals to RM 2500, nominal annual rate equals to 8%. It is compounded quarterly and the given time is 3 years. So for step 1, we have to find n, number of periods. Since the interest is compounded quarterly, there are 4 compounding periods in 1 year. N equals to 3 years times 4, which is 12 periods. Step 2, we have to find I, periodic interest rate. I equals to 8% divided by 4 equals to 2% and convert it into points, so we will get 0.02 per quarters. And last, step 3, substitute all the value by using the future value formula. And we will get our final answer, RM 3,170 ringgit and 60 cents. So for question number 2, explain why an investment offering 10% compounded monthly gives a better return than 10% compounded annually. When interest is compounded once per year, the EAR is simply EAR equals to 10% only. But when it was compounded monthly, we will use the EAR formula. So it will become 10.47%, which is higher than 10%. So we can conclude that monthly compounding is better because monthly compounding adds interest 12 times a year instead of only once. Also, each month's interest earns interest in later month, which is interest on interest. So, compounded monthly is in a higher EAR compared to 10% annually.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Alia Carmila binti Muhammad Farhan. My matrix number is 084469. I will explain question 3 of topic 2, compound interest. In this case, the client wants to have 20,000 in 5 years. The bank offers 6% compounded semi-annually. So, the question is how much must they deposit today? So, step 1, identify what is given. First, the given future value is 20,000. The interest rate is 6% and the time is 5 years. Then, step 2, adjust the interest rate and time. Because the interest is compounded semi-annually, we divide the annual rate, which is 6%, by 2 and we will get the answer 3%. Then multiply the years by 2 and we will get the answer 10. Step 3, since we are finding how much must be deposited today, we use the present value formula. After substituting the values into formula, the amount that must be deposited today is approximately 40,881 ringgit 88 sen. I will explain the question 1 of topic 3 annuities. In this question, the client plans to save 200 ringgit every month for 2 years in an account paying 3% compounded monthly, and identify whether the future value of an annuity or the present value of an annuity formula is used, and calculate the final amount. Step 1. Identify the payment and interest rate. The monthly payment is 200 ringgit and the annual interest rate is 3%. Step 2. Convert the rate and time. Since the interest is compounded monthly, we divide the annual interest rate, which is 3%, by 12 and multiply the number of years by 2. Step 3. Choose the correct formula. Since savings are made regularly and we want the final amount, we use the future value of an annuity formula. Then calculate the final amount using the future value of annuity formula. After calculating, the total savings after 2 years is approximately 4,940 ringgit 56 sen.
Hi, my name is Nurhamiza Aisha. My matric number is 084587, and today I'm talking about for the question 2 is amortization topic. So what is amortization? Well, amortization is way to pay off the loan gradually over time with equals payment, that each payments cover 1, interest on the remaining loan balance, and 2, the principals, the actual loan amount being repaid. So we have to know that the question asks about the monthly installment amount, which is art. So art, if art we stay, we don't know. And A or present value, or we can say that principals is 5,000 ringgit. I if 12% compounded monthly. So when we break into small segments, 0.12 divide 12, then we get 0.01. So when we know about what we want to put in our formula amortization, we can get the answers, and the answers is RM 862.74 ringgit. We move to the next question. Number 3 is deep dive. So the questions ask about the interest and the principal. So we have to know first is the interest formula. Interest formula is beginning balance or loans balance divide monthly rate. So we have to know that monthly rates do not change unless the interest rate or compounding terms change. So for our beginning balance or loan balance is 5,000 divide 0.01, then we got 50 ringgit. And for the principal formula, which is monthly payment subtract interest. So monthly payment we got from the question number 2 is 862 ringgit 44 sen. Subtract interest if 50 ringgit and we got 813 ringgit. So first we need to know that over the time the interest portion will be decreased and the principal portion will be increased. So this is for the first month. The questions that might be in the exam, they can ask about for 5 months or 3 months. So for that questions we can see that the interest portion will be decreased over the time, and the principal portion will be increased.